Dr. Follow-up segment tonight. Yesterday, the California Senate passed a sanctuary state bill that forbids California authorities from helping to enforce federal immigration law. This is another step toward the Golden State becoming a sanctuary place from top to bottom. Of course, this is reminiscent of the civil rights struggle in the 60s when some southern states refused to obey federal immigration laws. Both JFK and Lyndon Johnson imposed federal power in those cases. Joining us now from Sacramento, Travis Allen, State Assemblyman, and Jeff Stone, California State Senator. Senator Stone, we'll begin with you. You voted against the measure. Why?
Well, Bill, SB 54 is basically going to make California a sanctuary state, but this is not a sanctuary state on steroids, because it's purposely written to shield dangerous, felonious non-citizens, which represent about 2% of our immigrant population, from having to be deported. It actually makes it unlawful for our Department of Corrections, our county sheriffs, our police departments, our probation officers from having any discussions with ICE about the pending release of these dangerous criminals back into our streets and neighborhoods.
Now, you're talking about, because I know in the bill it's written that if you're a murderer or a rapist, that they will cooperate. But you're talking about people convicted of drug offenses, DUIs, manslaughter, assault, correct?
Well, let me elaborate on that. First of all, the bill did include assault with a deadly weapon, but the pro tem couldn't get the bill passed in the Senate, so he watered it down. So what does it include? It includes human trafficking, child abuse, taking a hostage, stalking, solicitation to commit murder, elder abuse, felony with a hate crime enhancement, crimes for the benefit of aging, DUIs, and domestic violence. I think any of these crimes should be justification for deportation.
They're all in the bill saying we're not going to tell the feds if an illegal alien commits them and is convicted of them. Is that correct?
And this goes along with the plan in the state of California. Every Monday we have a dump on Trump hour where they're just getting in his face. This is to antagonize the president. And what's going to happen here is if this bill passes, it's going to cause illegal immigrants from all over the country to come here because they know they're probably not going to be deported.
Sure.
But what is ICE going to do? ICE is going to go out into neighborhoods and interrogate neighborhoods, and people that have been quietly following the law except for their immigration status are going to get arrested and potentially deported. So I think this is going to actually backfire.
Now, Mr. Allen, do you think that it's going to pass in the Assembly?
Yes, I think it's going to pass in the Assembly just like it passed in the California Senate. It was entirely a party line vote, and the Democrats are united on this policy. The thing that's so crazy about it, though, Bill, is that Californians don't agree with the policy. You know, Californians, immigrant and native-born Californians, don't want these criminals in their community. And we're talking, again, as Senator Stone mentioned, these are not, simple crimes here. These are stalkers, these are child abusers, these are drug dealers. There's even a category of criminal. This is someone who has anthrax with, intent to actually do something with it. Those people wouldn't be subject to these ICE detainers either.
People watching from around the country, gentlemen, are just aghast. Why? How crazy has your legislature gotten? I mean, I don't know, Mr. Allen, you're there every day. This sounds insane.
Well, it is crazy. You take a look at the bill's author. It's Kevin De Leon. Two things are interesting. One, Kevin De Leon's real name is actually Kevin Leon. He changed it, and he has publicly admitted that about half of his family is in this country or came to this country illegally. So you get a situation where the California Democrat Party has moved far, far away from the majority view of Californians.
That's for sure.
Who love immigrants, but they just want safe communities.
And in the Senate, go ahead. My last question, Mr. Stone. I only have about 45 seconds. In the Senate, it's as crazy in the Senate as it is in the Assembly?
It's actually crazier.
I think it's even crazier, especially when you understand what is at stake, Bill. The state of California collectively with cities and counties gets over $1 billion a day in federal funding. I know we know where President Trump has stood on sanctuary entities. He's going to turn a lot of that money off, that's just going to cause a lot of chaos in our state. I think Travis Allen is right. I think that the Assembly is going to pass it. Jerry Brown probably will sign it, and if he does, I've already started authoring a referendum to overturn this law. Your listeners can go to standwithstone.com, sign up, because I'm going to need the help to get this initiative started.
All right, gentlemen. We're going to stay on the story, and we appreciate your time tonight.